Alright, here we go with attempt number 3 for the day. Hopefully, this one is the one that gets the win, and I think we should be able to get this one done. We can actually use Shez this time because this is not a plus 10 Neathogger. This is just a regular old unmerged Neathogger, so we can probably get through her with this specific Shez build that we have. For that plus 10, I think Shez could maybe do it if she had more support. But as you can see, this team isn't really geared towards supporting Shez. This is really geared more towards supporting Tana. And even if Shez took out Neathogger, I don't think I have the units that would have been able to help me punch through the rest of the units that were there. Micaiah. Well, it would be then down to Felix to take out Marnie. Which I don't think he'd be able to. Looking at that build, because this team doesn't quad, so I don't think he would have been able to take out Marnie, and I don't think Baby Golvig here wouldn't have been able to take out Marnie either. So I would have to lock someone, and that's too many units to lock. So this team just wouldn't have worked out either. So yeah. For this defense, this is also, ironically, or not ironically, but coincidentally, this is also a pretty decent defense as well. I think the weakness here is, I'm just going to point it out right away, in Elise, healer, I guess the Flash is cool, the Razzle Dazzle Staff is cool, but she really isn't doing anything much, aside from, a potential return trap. Having the Celica Ring on that Na is actually a pretty good use of her, and this is a really cool build on Miraculous. Not sure why there's Trace and the Sigurd Ring. You don't need both, but yeah, we're just gonna take our time with this one and get Shez up to where she needs to be and see if that's enough. Yeah, that's pretty much the game plan here. I think I'm going to escape to the left because there's more room.
I'll handle it.
Yeah, there's more room for positional swap shenanigans on the right-hand side along with the dance. So I think if I escape to the left, I should be safe. And also the Lin Ring is on Elise, which, again, I mean, that's definitely the weakness of this team. 1 mythic, 2 mythic, 3 mythics, okay. Missed opportunity to run, but I guess Saros is really and Refined as well. I think missed opportunity to run. Well, he would have gotten baited out. You could have probably locked him, but then he's the bonus, so you can't lock him. Yeah, just, okay. I guess she's a good frontliner, I guess, because
what now?
Saros isn't covered by Na, but Saros does,
I'll deliver.
Okay against Felix, and then also I guess she does okay against Sigurd as well with the Divine Nectar, so not the worst spot to have a unit exposed. But then also this is weak to, Bridal Embla, of course, because there's no Freyr here, but everything, Freyr is pretty much the answer to everything. One unit to save them all. That's really what Freyr is. I can see why his sister loved him so much, because he's clearly the most wanted unit in the game right now. He's just that great for pretty much everything. But yeah, gonna have to go on turn 2 here and try to clear it from there. I wasn't completely done with what I was talking about in the last video. As it relates to, man, I'm running out of breath. That's what's happening. I'm running out of breath. I gotta breathe and then talk. But yeah, I wasn't finished with my thought as it relates to the whole pass thing. So for units to be usable on a Gale Force team and then also run pass, they would need to be able to survive. They would need to be able to hit hard enough to matter. And they would also need to provide some sort of support or just be able to take something out. So those are like 3 conditions that I don't think you're able to meet if you're running Pass as a B skill. I can't think of a single unit currently that can meet all 3 of those conditions while running Pass in their B skill and not losing out on anything. Maybe like immediately just thinking of units that have free B slots, I automatically go to flyers, because most flyers, B slots for flyers aren't great. So you're probably going to have more options when it comes to flyers. But then really the only good flyers are Hearthvelger and maybe Tana. Everyone else, if you're thinking about like melee, everyone else pretty much does nothing, or in the current meta at least, they're not that great. There aren't like any armor effective flyers aside from like Est and the rest of the Gen 1 cast. I can't think of anyone beyond that. That's, well, I mean, legendary Sita, but she's also not that great, so probably not going to count her. Armor effective melee flyer, nothing really comes to mind, no. So yeah, melee range flyers, I mean, what am I saying? Range flyers, there are like not that many that are great either. I probably would want to highlight Pirate Hanoka in the current meta as being usable, but then she also really needs that Assassin Strike, because otherwise she does no damage, so not a good trade. Who else? Like, what other flyer has a free B slot? And also, it's not even the free B slot, because in the current meta, the majority of them need a way to actually do damage, and that's where Occultist Strike and Assassin Strike come in. A lot of them don't get any true damage from their weapon, or enough true damage from their weapon to actually make it make sense. So yeah, we're gonna have to go on turn 3 here. I don't see a way. I needed to heal Shez, so yeah, we're gonna have to wait until turn 3. And she was below 25%, so she lost a lot of her weapon effects. So that's why turn 3 here is that's why we waited. What am I saying? That's why I waited to go on turn 3 here. And also, I wanted to have her be able to cancel to safety. So yeah.
Yes. What now?
Get this. I mean, yes. I would do this instead, but we don't get it when we move, so I think she has some type of space condition when initiating, so yeah, we're just gonna do this instead. But yeah, not a lot of units that come to mind that can run Pass and then also be an offensive threat. Which is why I'm then thinking that Pass as a either seal or an attune skill is definitely on the horizon, because it's a clear niche that needs to be filled, and I don't see, unless you're going to release another unit with Pass built into their weapon, but legendary, emblem, seasonal would really be the next step. You can't just put that into the regular pool. That's a really unique thing. So there would have to be some type of premium factor to that unit to make the Pass actually make sense in their weapon. And then also, because they're premium, they need to hit hard or be tanky. And depending on which one of those 2 things they do, they might not be well suited for Gale Force. And Hearthvelger, I haven't figured out a way to get her to Gale Force successfully, so I kind of can't use her for that particular playstyle. It's really unfortunate, because I feel like she's more of a one-hit nuke. I'm referring to the melee version, the New Year's version, probably even the Mythic version as well. Once she attacks, then it's pretty much done. This is pretty much perfect for me. This is a really good layout here. I get to do exactly what I want to do, which is have Shez take care of that's probably what I'm going to do, because I don't think any of my units can actually break through this So we're going to have Shez do that. And then I think we should be. We have enough melee actions to take care of everything else, and then also Tana can just get to this.
Will do.
She can get to. Oh, but okay, she dies there. Okay, we're gonna take Ursula. Even though we don't get Gale Force here, I still think it's worth it.
Yes.
We could lock down Ursula, but I think it's just better off to attack on this turn. Na might swap and then warp in.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, it's a really difficult niche to fill, to be able to both run past and then also be a good unit. We've seen it with Celica. They had to limit her in terms of her offensive capabilities to give her the pass in her weapon, and I feel like I kind of want to say the same thing applies to male Shez, because his B skill is the only other place that you could have given him some more true damage, because that's really what he's lacking. He just doesn't kill things anymore, which is like one of the main reasons that you probably don't want to be bringing him. And also, I don't know, maybe if you could get him to run Miracle, maybe it would be worth it. But without the effective damage that legendary female Shez has, he just isn't as great of a nuke. So he's just going to fall right off really quickly. So the pass in his weapon isn't the worst thing in the world. It was good when it came out, but it's not that great now. And also blue, red, there aren't really any green far saves that are currently in the meta that he would be like great against. So there's really no point in considering him. Also, the warp bubble on this Ceros, not even warp bubble, Dragon Wall is actually coming in clutch here, because I actually just wanted to take out Na instead of having to make a choice. But anyways, yeah, that feels like something that they're probably going to focus on as we move through the next banners to come. Be it either another legendary, I don't think they'll give another legendary unit pass their weapon. I think it's probably going to be on a seasonal banner. Yeah, I think that's what it will probably be. If not an attuned unit. And if it's an attuned unit, that really opens a lot of doors for melee Gale Forcing, because the thing about a lot of Gale Force units, they don't have any perf skills. The majority of them, it's literally all in their weapon, and really all they need is the special acceleration and Time's Pulse. The rest of it pretty much solves itself. So I'm thinking like even like the unit that's currently in Hall of Forms, and she's pretty decent, Jill. Even Jill, if she were to have like pass as an attune skill, it's not like the end of the world. I feel like that would be like the perfect or the most versatile attune skill, aside from it would be right up there with the Marth Ring in terms of just how good it is as an attune skill. I think it would automatically be the best attune skill in the game if they were to make pass an attune skill, because there's so many uses for that, not just for Gale Forcing, but I probably want to just highlight Gale Forcing as the primary use for that. And also then secondarily, it would just make your nukes a lot better, because one of the main things that was blocking us, recently is Barricade, and Barricade is like everywhere now, because Gatekeeper got power trapped by a better unit, by a skill. So yeah, it feels like, I think I was saying this before, even like when Barricade became a thing, the game is currently set up for a pass, seal, or attune skill to be released, and it won't be the end of the world. It'll be like the thing that is needed for the game to continue
They will submit.
functioning in a balanced way, or a fair way, is what I'm thinking. Because even if you have the pass seal, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to go up there and you're going to be able to take out the unit that you want to take out, or the pass attune skill. You're not going to be able to solo a defense just because you have the pass attune skill. It's still going to take some work, but yeah, I really do think that if I had like a pass attune skill, I could probably open up my teams to some more offensive builds or unit compositions, for Gale Forcing. I feel like I'm currently stuck using the same units over and over again because mobility. But yeah, GG's. See you in the next one.